released by the Indian government. They formally standardized 27 location names across the region, but went a step further, explicitly highlighting 3 small geographic zones and officially labeling them as illegally occupied by China. The Chinese government and its state media apparatus reacted immediately. Outlets like the Global Times published articles accusing India of self-deception and destroying the possibility of improving diplomatic relations. 2 nuclear-armed superpowers are now escalating tensions over the official titles of a few scattered villages and mountain ridges. The timing here is deliberate. India published this map exactly 30 days before. Chinese President Xi Jinping is expected to arrive in New Delhi. He is scheduled to attend the BRICS Summit, a major gathering of emerging economies hosted by India. Releasing an aggressive cartographic update right before a major diplomatic visit is a calculated trap, one that signals a shift in how these border disputes are actually being thought. For decades, India's default position was quiet appeasement. They officially accepted China's military takeover of Tibet. Successive generations of Indian leadership operated on a single assumption. If they conceded Tibet and avoided friction, China's territorial ambitions would be satisfied. That approach failed. Instead of stabilizing the region, it emboldened Beijing to push past the Tibetan plateau and start claiming additional land inside Bhutan and Arunachal Pradesh. Surrendering territory didn't buy peace. It simply incentivized China to develop new tactics to acquire land without having to fire a shot. The foundation of their modern strategy was laid in 2005. Under Prime Minister Manmohan Singh, India and China signed a border pact intended to establish guidelines for resolving their disputes. Deep in that agreement is a highly specific clause. It states that any final border settlement must take into account the wishes of the local population. China realized they could exploit this legal phrasing. They started aggressively building new villages directly on the disputed border and moving Mandarin-speaking citizens into them. Then they began officially renaming Indian locations. They applied Chinese terms like Zhangnan to mountains and valleys, creating a paper trail of ownership. These actions manufacture demographic proof. When the time comes to formally negotiate the treaty, China will point to their citizens and their maps to legally claim the territory. India finally recognized the mechanics of this 2005 loophole and is now using the exact same tactics to block it. They launched the Har Ghar Tiranga campaign across Arunachal Pradesh. It is a state-backed initiative ensuring the Indian national flag is visibly flying from civilian homes throughout the region. Alongside the flags, the government is heavily promoting civilian development, encouraging its own citizens to settle and build lives in these vulnerable border zones. Standardizing 27 location names and flying thousands of flags creates hard demographic evidence. It is a legal defense designed to neutralize China's treaty exploit. Which brings us back to the BRICS Summit. By publishing the updated map right now, India forced Beijing into a tight corner. If Xi Jinping attends the summit in New Delhi, he has to stand in a country that just publicly rejected his border claims. But if he cancels in protest, he misses a vital geopolitical opportunity. He loses the chance to stand alongside Vladimir Putin and project a unified front against Western nations. India weaponized a map to corner a rival head of state into a lose-lose scenario on the world stage. Expanding territory today rarely involves marching troops across a line. As this graphic illustrates, the modern tools of conflict are treaty clauses, demographic engineering, and cartography. By adopting China's own tactical methods, India has ended its era of passive concession, meeting Beijing's